Welcome to Flip Lesson 4 for the 6th grade. Today we're going to continue working with this idea of unknown numbers, and this time we're going to bring into play multiplication and division. And just like we looked at fact families for addition, fact families for multiplication and division also help us to work together with finding unknown numbers. And so in our first example, we see 8 times 8 equals 112. And so somewhere in there, multiplying some numbers together, we're going to get this answer. Now what it is might not pop out at you right away, but what we do know is we have fact families, right? We know that 8 times 8 equals 112, just like we know that 8 times A equals 112, right? Reversing those things, that works with the associative property of math. And so to reverse that would be 112 divided by A equals 8, and 112 divided by 8 equals 8. And so in the end, this is going to be the formula that we're going to use. So let's set that up. Just like that, that's going to give us, so 8 goes into 1, 0 times, 8 goes into 11, 1 times 8 is 8, like that. Subtract 3, down to 2, 32, 8 goes into 32, 4 times. And so in the end, we would say that A, letter A, equals 14. So we have our first example there. Along with that, we can start to look at, while the understanding how the fact family works is not the most difficult thing, sometimes we need to look at a problem and say, wait a minute, what is this actually saying? And just recalling how multiplication and division problems sometimes appear in a different form because there's different ways to write those symbols. So in this case, we have A, and we have a sign, and we have 8. So the question would be, is, well, first of all, what does this sign right here mean? And of course, that's a fraction bar, but we also know that that can also be called a division line. So if we were to rewrite this, we would say that it's A divided by 8 equals 16. So if we work with the fact family then, we would see this, and we would also then see something like so. And so in the end, we're going to do 16 times 8 to give us an answer what A is. So 8 times 6, 8 goes down, 4 goes up, 8 times 1 plus 4 gives us this 90. So once again, that helps us out. Alright, well how about this one? 8s equals 488. What does that mean? What symbol needs to go in there, right? Sometimes we can say division is written this way. Sometimes it's written with a single dot. And sometimes it's written by placing a number, such as 8, right next to a letter. So a number right by 8, 8s, that really means that there's a tiny multiplication sign in there. And so really we're looking at this problem right here. 8 times s equals 488. If we finish the fact family then, we would say s times 8 equals 4. And that 488 divided by s equals 8, and 488 divided by 8 equals s. So that's the one we're going to need. So let's set that up. Rewrite it this way, because I think this is a little bit easier way to solve a division problem. 8 goes into 4 0 times. 8 goes into 48 then. 6 times. 6 times 8 is 48. So that becomes a 0, but then we bring down to 8, and 8 goes into 8 one time. So in the end, we would find out that s equals 16. Well, that's that. That's understanding how fact families work together and how we can take a problem such as this and rearrange it to come up with our unknown number. All right, here's a couple more sample problems to get you on your way as you work with unknown numbers in multiplication